Here we have the current stock market update for Nvidia Corporation, stock ticker NVDA. Before we begin with today's chart analysis, if you find these educational materials to be helpful in your trading, please remember to click the like and subscribe buttons and leave your thoughts below in the comment section so that other traders can find this information more easily on the platform. So what we're looking at here is the 4-hour price chart. And as we can see, the stock did manage to have another positive day today. This near-term high now comes in at 139.60, which is actually fairly substantial. Let's just write that in here. So this is a fairly substantial price move here, and that real support zone, the launching pad for this price movement, really did come in right at this 115 level approximately that we have been watching for quite a while now. So this is a very, very strong gain here. We're looking at share prices heading into that 140 level, and this is significant because that is the stock's all-time high. So it's kind of hard to avoid that as the next region of resistance because currently we have now broken through this 136.15 support zone. This would have been the price high from July 11th, which was another very important day in the stock market. And that's actually what sent prices back toward those 90.69 lows that came during the August 5 trading session. So, there's really just one more line in the sand at this point, one more sort of obstacle for the stock to overcome before we're heading into record territory once again. Overall, the main signal here, in my view, was really this trend line break because we were starting to see some higher lows that were developing as well. And that really did put a lot of pressure on this downtrend line, which, might not always be considered to be significant. I mean, a downtrend line on its own might not matter very much, but when we do look at these longer term price histories here, and we're also looking at all-time record high share prices for these stocks, it's very hard to avoid the significance of those trend wave movements. So here, now that we have seen this the break of this downtrend line, it really was just a matter of time before share prices did move back toward those all-time highs. So going forward here, just to close out the video quickly, we will look at the indicator reading first, because what we can see here is a series of positive momentum readings that could continue to support the stock going forward. I mean, I do think that we'll probably run into some resistance in anticipation of that 140 area. I mean, that does seem to be the most likely scenario. But there could be a lot of buying activity in this stock if we see an all-time high here, because I really think that a lot of people are really just going to be jumping on the bandwagon at this point. It's obviously going to be the headline of the day. If Nvidia is able to make new record highs, and the question at that point is how much of the market feels left out. I don't like using internet terms and stuff like that, but FOMO, stuff like that. How many people just want to have a piece of the company, even though it's trading now at record levels. Obviously that's not the ideal entry point, but the question is, how much of the market is going to jump in on this stock once that becomes the headline, and then from there, you have that psychological level at 150. That's also going to be a magnet for the stock. I mean, I think you're probably going to run right through there pretty quickly, to be totally honest. I think that people are going to be afraid to short this stock. It's going to be a freight train that's coming right down the middle of the market, and it's going to be very hard to avoid it. So yeah, if we're just looking at these indicator readings here just quickly, on the 4-hour price chart, we can see that prior downtrend in share price momentum has now been broken. The relative strength index is also trading above its own exponential moving average. The only downside here at this point is that we are trading in overbought territory at the moment. The indicator reading is coming in at roughly 74.50. So, that does suggest that we do need to see a period of retracement here. You also have that resistance level at 140.76 to contend with. So, seeing a little bit of a price movement lower here, it's a little hard to avoid that as a possibility, seeing a pullback. But I don't know. I mean, it looks to me like the pullback here is going to be limited because this is just going to be a story that dominates the headlines here, for the foreseeable future. So let's just look at the alternative scenario in case that bullish outlook is incorrect. If we do see near-term highs, let's just go into roughly into those all-time highs. I mean, let's just assume that we see a failure at that level. If that were to be the case, I would expect share prices to start to find support at a very important level once again, because as we can see here, this really does come in right around that 131.26 high that we saw previously, and that was the last major high that was seen for the stock. I mean, 127.66 was significant, but it was sort of a failure point. And then the next level of resistance from there was 131.26. Well, that now comes into contact with a bit of price support that was developed during the October 10 trading session. And then it's also now the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement of this sort of fictitious move that we're creating here from about 115 into 140.76. So, of course, that hasn't actually happened yet. We haven't actually seen share prices test that level. But we're just sort of working on the assumption here that, what will occur if we do move into 140.76, possibly encounter some resistance in that area. If we do see a pullback at that point, where would be the most likely, region for support to develop? Well, one area does look like it's this old high at 131.26. We also have some potential support that could form right around 134.80. Which doesn't look bad to me either. That looks like a possible pullback area. So for anybody that is trading the stock from a short-term perspective, it's really going to be a question at this point of how much hype and enthusiasm there is that surrounds this stock. I mean, the textbook answer here would be that we're moving into overbought territory and we're heading into a major resistance level. So in theory, that would suggest that share prices should see a pullback at this point. However, the alternative view here would be that, if this does become, the major headline in the news and everybody's sort of watching this event, like it's the Super Bowl or something, we could just simply blow right through those areas as well. And then just sort of target that 150 area and just move right from 140 right into 150. I mean, it does seem like it could be possible here. So it is important to be sort of prepared for both outlooks. It could get pretty volatile here. I mean, it really should get volatile into these areas because there should be a lot of buy and sell orders that are parked on both sides of the market. So these are the current levels that I'm watching, and this is the current stock market update for Nvidia Corporation, stock ticker NVDA. Our high value trading strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market, lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership, and start trading stocks with the pros.